The truth is, there are moments when the second you open your mouth, you've already lost. Not because you're wrong, but because this world doesn't reward being right. It rewards control. You think explaining yourself will make people understand you. You think speaking up will make things clearer. No, it only exposes your weaknesses. I used to be like you, trying to explain everything, arguing until I was exhausted just to protect my ego. And the price, losing respect, piece by piece. There are arguments where the one who stays silent wins. There are moments where one more sentence from you, and everything collapses. No one teaches you this. They tell you to speak up, to defend your point, to prove that you're right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Mind Awakening channel. In this video, I'm going to show you something different. I'm going to share with you 9 situations where silence is not weakness, it's power. And if you don't learn when to stay silent, life will teach you in ways you won't forget. Now, let's get started. Situation number 1. When you are angry and feel the need to prove a point. There's a dangerous moment right after anger hits. Your chest tightens, your thoughts speed up, and suddenly you feel this urge to speak, to correct, to win. I've been there more times than I can count, and every single time I spoke in that state, I regretted it. Not immediately. Sometimes it felt good for a second, like I had taken control. But later, when the noise settled, I realized something. Anger doesn't make your words stronger. It makes them careless. And careless words have consequences that don't disappear. The truth is, when you're angry, you're not thinking. You're reacting. And reactions are easy to manipulate. Silence in that moment is not weakness. It's discipline. It's choosing not to give your emotions permission to destroy something you might still need tomorrow. Situation number 2. When someone is trying to provoke you. Not every argument is meant to be solved. Some are designed to pull you in, to test you, to see how easily you lose control. People will say things they don't even believe, just to get a reaction out of you. And if you give it to them, you lose before the conversation even begins. I learned this the hard way. I used to think I had to respond to everything. Every insult, every accusation, every subtle disrespect. But the more I responded, the more I fed it. Because provocation doesn't survive in silence. It feeds on attention. The moment you stop reacting, you take away its power. And suddenly, the person in front of you has nothing left to hold on to. Silence, in this case, is not avoidance. It's control. It's seeing the trap and choosing not to step into it. A situation number 3. When you are not yet where you want to be in life, there's a quiet truth most people don't like to hear. Talking about your plans feels like progress, but most of the time, it's not. I used to tell people everything, what I was going to do, how I was going to change, where I was heading. And for a moment, it felt real, like I was already becoming that person. But nothing actually changed, because speaking creates an illusion of action. And the more you talk, the less urgency you feel to actually do the work. Worse, you open yourself up to opinions, doubts, and quiet judgment. Not everyone wants to see you grow. Some people prefer the version of you that never moves forward. So if you're not there yet, stay quiet. Build in silence. Let your results speak later, because they will say far more than words ever could. Before we continue, I want to ask you something simple. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later wished you could take back? Take a second. Think about it. And if you feel comfortable, share your answer down in the comments. Your experience might help someone else see things more clearly. Also, if this kind of content speaks to you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's a small action, but it helps support the work and gives me the motivation to keep creating deeper, more meaningful videos for you. And now, let's continue. Situation number 4. When you are dealing with someone who refuses to understand you, there's a difference between someone who doesn't understand and someone who chooses not to. I learned this the hard way. I used to repeat myself, explain things in different ways, hoping that eventually they would get it. But some people aren't listening to understand you. They're listening to respond, to defend, or to win. And no matter how clear your words are, they will twist them to fit their narrative. In those moments, silence becomes your boundary. Because the more you try to explain yourself to someone who has already decided who you are, the more you lose yourself in the process. Not every misunderstanding needs to be fixed. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stop explaining, step back, and let them keep their version of you. You don't need to correct every false perception. Peace is more valuable than being understood by the wrong people. Situation number 5. When you achieve something important, it sounds strange, but success is one of the most dangerous moments to speak too much. When something finally goes right, there's this urge to share it, to announce it, to let people know. I've done that before. And what I noticed? Not everyone celebrates with you. Some people smile, but quietly compare. Some listen, but secretly doubt. And others start watching you more closely, waiting for you to fall. The more you talk about your success, the more pressure you create, and the more attention you attract. Not all of it good. Silence protects your growth. It allows you to move without noise, without expectations, without unnecessary eyes on your next step. Real success doesn't need to be announced. It reveals itself over time, and when it does, it speaks louder than anything you could have said. Situation number 6. When you are about to make a big decision, there's a moment before every major decision where everything feels uncertain. And in that moment, most people start asking everyone for opinions. I used to do the same. I wanted reassurance, validation, someone to tell me what was right. But the more voices I invited in, the more confused I became. Because people don't give you advice based on your life, they give it based on theirs, their fears, their limits, their experiences. And without realizing it, you start carrying doubts that were never yours. Silence, in this case, is clarity. It gives you space to hear your own thoughts without interference. Not every decision needs to be discussed. Some choices are meant to be made quietly, with full responsibility, because at the end of the day, you are the one who lives with the outcome, not them. Situation number 7. When someone disrespects you in subtle ways. Not all disrespect is loud. Sometimes it's hidden in tone, in timing, in the way someone looks at you when you speak. I used to react immediately. I felt the need to call it out, to correct it, to make sure they knew I noticed. But over time, I realized something deeper. Subtle disrespect is often a test. They're watching to see how easily they can shake you, how quickly you lose composure. The moment you react emotionally, you confirm their control. Silence in this situation is not acceptance. It's observation. It's giving yourself the space to decide whether this person deserves access to you at all, because Not every disrespect needs a response. Some only need distance. And distance speaks in a way words never can. Situation number 8. When you are improving and people start to notice. Growth changes things, not just in your life, but in how others see you. And when people start noticing that change, they will ask questions. What are you doing differently? How did you get here? It feels good to share, to explain your process. I've done it. But here's what I learned. The more you talk about your growth, the more you dilute it. Because not everyone asking is genuinely interested. Some are curious. Some are comparing. And some are looking for shortcuts without doing the work. Your journey loses its power when it becomes public too soon. Silence protects your evolution. It keeps your focus inward, not outward. Let people wonder. Let them guess. Because real transformation doesn't need explanation. It becomes undeniable over time. Situation number 9. When walking away is the only move left. There's a moment when you realize there's nothing left to fix, no words left to say, no explanation that will change the outcome. And yet, that's when most people talk the most. They try to get closure, to be understood, to have the last word. I used to think I needed that too, but the truth is, closure doesn't come from conversations, it comes from decisions. The strongest move I ever learned was leaving without saying everything I felt. Not because I had nothing to say, but because I finally understood. Not everything needs to be heard to be real. Silence, in that moment, is final. It's choosing yourself without negotiation. And when you walk away like that, you don't just leave a situation behind, you leave a version of yourself that no longer belongs there. Conclusion. In the end, silence is not something you use to avoid life. It's something you use to master it. Most people think power comes from speaking louder, explaining more, proving themselves at every chance. But the truth is, the more control you have over your words, the more control you have over your life. Because every unnecessary reaction, every emotional response, every moment you speak without awareness, it costs you something. Sometimes it's respect, sometimes it's peace, and sometimes it's opportunities you didn't even realize you lost. The deeper lesson here is simple but not easy. Not everything deserves your voice. And more importantly, not everyone deserves your energy. Start applying this in your life today. Pause before you respond. Observe before you react. And ask yourself one question. Is speaking here going to improve anything or just satisfy my emotions? If it's the second, choose silence, because the right silence at the right time can change everything. If this perspective resonates with you, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support is what keeps this kind of content alive and allows me to keep sharing ideas that actually matter. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.